Hello, everyone. My name is Shawn Robert Johnson, and this message is for every mother, father, wife, husband, child, sibling, or friend carrying the emotional weight of loving someone who is incarcerated. A lot of people talk about the person behind the walls, but not enough people talk about the families outside of them. Families serve emotional time too. Many of you wake up every day carrying fear, shame, stress, confusion, financial pressure, and heartbreak while still trying to hold your life together. Some of you are carrying stress that nobody sees. You're trying to stay strong for your children, your household, your relationship, and even yourself while dealing with this type of situation. You answer phone calls with courage. You walk into visitation rooms trying not to break down. You send money even when you're struggling yourself. You try to keep hope alive while silently carrying everything, and many families feel invisible during this process. People may judge your loyalty without understanding your story. This is not about shame. This is about healing, honesty, resilience, and hope for people who often suffer in silence. So, one of the hardest parts about loving someone incarcerated is the silent pain people never see. Families suffer emotionally, mentally, and financially while trying to appear strong on the outside. Many people, they struggle in silence. They carry these burdens that they don't talk about because people may never understand what they are going through. Some families lose sleep worrying about safety. Some parents struggle explaining incarceration to their children. Some spouses feel emotionally disconnected while trying to hold relationships together from a distance. Some people are judged for staying loyal, right? And some are abandoned by friends. Some are overwhelmed trying to raise their children, pay the bills, travel for visits, answer difficult questions, or simply survive emotionally. It becomes emotional pressure that never seems to stop. And many times, families carry all of this without any support. People often say, stay strong, but they don't realize how heavy strength can become when you carry it alone for years. The pain becomes even harder when people feel they cannot openly talk about what they're going through because they fear judgment from society, co-workers, friends, or even family members. And the truth is, incarceration doesn't just affect one person, it affects the entire family every single time. Your family is doing time with you while you are alive. One of the biggest lies pain tells people is that they are alone. People often feel embarrassed to talk about what they're going through because society can make families feel guilty for loving someone who made a mistake. But loving someone through a difficult season does not make you weak. It does not make you foolish. It just makes you human. There are millions of families across this country experiencing the same emotional struggle. There are mothers crying themselves to sleep, children missing parents, husbands and wives trying to survive emotional distance. And many people isolate themselves because they believe nobody will understand. That's what a lot of people think. But healing begins when people realize they do not have to carry this anymore by themselves, right? There is strength in community. There are so many communities based on families that's in prison. There is strength in speaking honesty. There is strength in knowing your struggle does not define your worth. You are not weak because this hurts. You're human. You are going through something that most people don't understand unless they gone through it. And even with that, every family is going through it differently because if your kid got a couple of years versus your kid got a life sentence, that's a difference. Or whoever it may be to you. You don't gotta be a kid. It could be your husband, your wife, it could be your friend. And if a person got a life sentence, man, it's hard. It's tough. My family went through it. It's tough. It's like they are there trying to be there the best way that they possibly can for you. So supporting someone through incarceration requires patience, sacrifice, endurance, resilience, and emotional strength. Some days you may feel hopeful. Other days you may feel exhausted. There may be moments where you question whether you can continue carrying the emotional weight of everything. But continuing to love someone through one of the darkest seasons of their life takes real strength and often reveals the deepest form of loyalty and compassion. And that's just so real because loving during difficult seasons is not always easy. Sometimes it means showing up emotionally when you're hurting too. Sometimes it means encouraging someone while trying to hold yourself together. Sometimes support means answering late night calls. Sometimes it means encouraging someone who feels hopeless. Sometimes it means continuing to believe in a person when the world only see their mistakes. That kind of love takes strength. But it's important to understand that love does not mean pretending pain does not exist. To families that's dealing with somebody incarcerated, real love acknowledges the hurt while still choosing growth and healing. And even through this pain, your support can become part of someone's survival and transformation while they are in prison, right? It's difficult. It's difficult. But most people just need somebody just to be there for them, just to talk to them, right? Sometimes people just want to get talked off the ledge because it's so much that a person is dealing with. And that doesn't necessarily mean a person is always ready to come home. It just means that they just need somewhere because being confined like that is something different. It's something different. So it's a respect level to those who love their loved ones through a difficult season. One important lesson families must learn is this: you can love someone while still protecting your own peace, though. Healing matters too. Your mental health matters too. Your emotional well being matters too. You have to take care of yourself too, even though you're trying to be there for somebody that's incarcerated. Many people spend so much time trying to save others that they completely neglect themselves emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and then they drain themselves out. So I want to let you know that you can love someone deeply while still protecting your peace. You can support someone while still creating healthy boundaries. Sometimes people will feel guilty for creating these boundaries, for resting or focusing on themselves. But boundaries are not betrayal. Boundaries are not rejection. Boundaries are protection. You need it too. Even though you have someone that's locked up, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Supporting someone else should never completely destroy you in the process. Healing is necessary for everybody involved. Sometimes healing means taking care of your mental health too. And sometimes it means seeking counseling, leaning on faith, surrounding yourself with supportive people, or simply allowing yourself to rest emotionally. And families should never feel guilty for healing. You should never feel guilty for healing. Understand that pain can either harden people or help them grow. Healing allows people to become stronger instead of becoming consumed by bitterness, exhaustion, and resentment. You have to heal too as a family while you got your loved ones that's locked up. You have to. I want you to know that one mistake should never erase a person's humanity or destroy an entire family future. It should. Pain may change people, but pain does not have to define people forever. People do change. Pain can make people believe life is over. But when you're healing and you're growing and you're trying to restore everything in your family, it's possible. Some of the strongest people in this world are people who survived broken seasons and still chose to rebuild their lives with purpose. And for your family, you have to be willing to do that because sometimes incarceration becomes the beginning of transformation instead of the end of someone's story. Some people incarcerated will grow, some families will rebuild, some relationships will become stronger than accountability, honesty, and transformation because hope exists even in difficult seasons. And when people continue choosing hope, they begin creating a future beyond the pain they once thought that would destroy them. It is hope beyond the pain that you are feeling for your loved one that is incarcerated. So I want every person listening to remember this. Even as a family member, your pain matters, your voice matters, and your healing matters, right? It's not just about the person that's incarcerated. So don't let shame silence you. Do not allow pain to convince you that, right, your family has no value. The emotional impact of incarceration is real and it affects entire families, but families are stronger than many people realize. You have survived those difficult phone calls, those lonely nights, the financial stress, the emotional exhaustion, the disappointment, and the uncertainty, and you're still standing. That strength deserves to be acknowledged. And this is why I'm doing this message for. Because even if life feels heavy right now, healing is still possible for your family. Peace is still possible. Hope is still possible. So for every family that got somebody that's incarcerated, thank you for listening. And thank you for continuing to fight through seasons that many people will never fully understand. My name is Shawn Robert Johnson, and thank you. And just continue to follow me across all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You got my handle. And let's continue to save souls one at a time. That's what we're doing. We're saving souls one at a time.